The Leyenda ranch water was created by New York City bartender Leon Lefebvre. And this one calls for a 1/4 ounce of lime oleosaccharum. I adapted this a little bit because I wasn't quite Here's the thing about oleosaccharum. For those of you that don't know, oleosaccharum is a fancy Latin word for taking peels, throwing sugar on top of them, and muddling them so the oil comes out and creates a slurry. According to the directions, it's 1 cup of peels, 3/4 cup of sugar, muddle, let sit for 24 hours, and then muddle occasionally. And then once all the sugar has dissolved, then you bottle it, right? But the thing is that unless I've been doing oleosaccharum wrong my entire career, oleosaccharum, like the oils from the peels of any fruit, isn't just going to completely liquefy sugar, even if you use castor sugar, which is the really fine baking sugar. Lemons might do it a little bit more. You might get a little more syrup out of lemons because there's more to them, but limes, no. So when I made the oleosaccharum, I let it sit for 24 hours. I did everything properly. I still just had a chunky, sugary kind of slurry. So what I decided to use for this drink is called a sherbet. So there's 2 different steps in punch making, okay? In punch making, you have the oleosaccharum and you have the sherbet. The oleosaccharum, I just described what that is. And then the sherbet is when you take the juice of the citrus that you've peeled and made oleosaccharum and put it back in. So in punch making, you make the oleosaccharum in a bowl, you juice all of the lemons or limes that you used or whatever, and then you throw that juice into the punch, and then you put your water, and then you put your booze so that you have the sugar slurry. So it's basically a very limey, robust cordial, like a lime cordial. This actually also has sage in it too. We actually made a lime sage oleosaccharum. I'll put the directions for how to make that below, and then I just added in the juice. So I added in probably about 6 ounces of juice into that to make a sherbet. So we're gonna be using lime sage sherbet for this drink, okay? This is gonna be a very easy one. It's just a build in the glass drink. It's fantastic. Let's get it going. I'm actually gonna be using a smaller volume highball glass here. Grab a jigger, and then we're just gonna do 1/4 ounce of our lime sage sherbet. I hope that the sherbet and the Fino Sherry isn't gonna make it too tart. That is the only thing, because this actually does have lime juice, and obviously the Fino is what's giving it some tartness as well. So 3/4 ounce of Fino Sherry, 1.5 ounces of Blanco tequila. I'm using Tequila Ocho. If you want to do what Leyenda uses, it's called El Velo. I did not find it anywhere. We're gonna do my trick of effervescent sodas.
Oh, we should have looked at the Ramirez.
The Ramirez liquor?
Yeah.
For quoi?
For El Velo, whatever you call it.
El Velo, I did look for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you think I was doing in the tequila section?
I don't know.
Looking for El Velo. Take a little spoon. Just gonna give this a little mix. Just make sure everything's combined. Take a little club soda here, and I'm gonna pour a little bit just like straight in there, like so, before we add the ice. But be careful with ice here because it's a small glass. I like to have a little bit less dilution and a little bit more spirit so that we're not like overly diluting it. Add our ice in. Kind of a big ice container today. It's too big. Ooh, perfect. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is pour off the ice. We wanna just make sure that it doesn't like layer on top and that all the effervescence goes from the bottom of the glass to the top of the glass. The best way to do that is to pour in your soda just a little bit first. And then we garnish with a little sage. So, and just give it a little spritz of lime on top. And let's cut this into what do you think? I'm gonna cut it into. What do you think, buddy boy?
I think it's gonna be the uninspired parallelogram.
That's right. Why uninspired though?
Because it's just like, meh.
Well, I think the parallelogram is the best when you're doing just like a twist like that, see? So good. It's like everything that you want in a ranch water. It's very limey, but it's got a little bit of sweetness, but it's got that punchy lime from the oleosaccharum. And then you have the Fino Sherry, which is sort of like an apple-y kind of nuttiness to it. And then you have the all of that tequila right up front. It's just like really punchy agave flavor. It is magnifique. You want it to be nice and refreshing, fantastic, wonderful. There it is, guys. Leyenda's ranch water.